several satellite and solar service providers, and this program came about when we all of the staff graduated from a satellite training school that is for life. And after graduation, everyone wanted to do something. So, being that nothing was there doing, we decided to come together as a youth to have more training on what we started, and we working for various companies, and we started from scratch anyway. We formed the institution.
That was in what year?
That was in 2018.
Okay, 2018.
And we started putting like deal. When we go every Wednesday, we have a meeting, we put deal and all of that. That helped us to do our registration, our business registration. And we came up with our bylaws and constitution that let us to get our article of incorporation. And we started the training. Yes, we started training ourselves first. We call people to train us, we pay them.
Where did you call them from? Where did they come from?
Okay, like from the satellite training program, after our graduation, we did a lot of research. And from the research, we have to do some stuff like getting different channels, how to get different from different places and all of that.
Okay.
And we did that. We also have our institution called Eco Power Liberia. They are a solar company because we never did solar to life. Eco Power was the one that started training us when it comes to solar. And in-depth GIZ to help in the process, training us. And right now, I'm...
Free of charge?
Yes, free of charge.
You didn't pay any money for the training?
No. And we also, right now, after doing all of that, because solar comes, is basically electricity, right? But it's something different from like the LEC current.
Okay.
In as much it is the same current we use. So some of us decided to go to other vocational school to get electrical knowledge. And I'm a graduate from the Netly Vocational Training Institute where I did electricity. And right now I'm doing advanced solar training at the Don Bosco Technical High School where we do different training on different inverter, on sizing system and all of that. So we decided that once you have learned something, you need to impart it into other people. And that's how it all came about. And we have trained a lot of young folks. And on my right side is Brother John. We even went as far, like I can right now say we are the best, because if we can train a visually impaired man who cannot see and he play with wire, as you can see he's doing it right now, no one is telling him what to do, then it means we are the best. That I can boast of. So
how many persons have you trained so far?
It's over 200 right now.
Over 200?
Yes, because we do mobile training. We go like from county to county because Liberia is not only Monrovia. So there are other counties that people need us, and we can go there like Lebon County, Tottenham, and we intend going to Buchanan because based on requests, then we go. Because we have a link with this company called Eco Power, and they are doing solar installation. So when we treat our young folks, then we take them on the field to go in practical labs while they have learned in the classroom.
Now, so how does one enroll on the training?
So actually we have our information sheet because we say at least from third grade upward, once you can read and write and you can identify numbers, because the equipments we are using, like especially the satellite founder, it require punching in numbers. So once you can identify numbers, we can train you, and from there you can pick up.
Okay, so you should be a high school graduate or what?
No, you don't have to be a high school graduate. Like I said, at least from third grade.
From third grade?
Yes.
So have you trained people who just, stop to third grade? Have you trained them? People of that nature? Yes.
The last training we did, I even realized that I was training someone from second grade.
Second grade?
Yes, because, the father brought him and he was so excited about the training, and he even told us that because he brought a child that cannot hear. So he said, since you can train people that cannot see, meaning you can also train people that cannot hear. So we even train somebody that can also hear. And he's a 14-year-old child. So his little brother used to bring him on campus, and how he was part of the training too.
Now, captivated by what you are talking about, training people who can see, training people who can hear. How are you doing it? What is this secret behind that?
So actually, there is no special secret behind it. When we started the training, like Brother John graduated from.
I'll be speaking with Brother John.
Yes,
Brother John is doing some practical here.
Yes, and Brother John went to do his registration because normally when I go to studio, I will always say we can train blind people, right? Because we deal with wires, we deal with cables and all of that, and everyone knows quarrying is dangerous. So Brother John went to buy the information sheet, and then I got a call that, one blind man came to buy information sheet. I said, what? Don't accept his money because how will we train him? And he demanded that he needed the information sheet. So they gave it to him. I was in the office, Brother John came to do his registration. So I said, but my friend, we cannot help because you can see, and what we're doing is physical. Everything is physical, claiming the roof and all of that. He said something to me that I always scary. He said, my disability has nothing to do with my inability.
It's so true.
And he also said to me that there are people that have eyes, but their minds are blind.
Wow.
And there are people that don't have sight, but their
And
minds...
listeners, you were here from Brother John. Brother John is in studio here.
Right? You were here for him. And when he told me all these things, we begin to chat, right? We begin to lecture. So I started to get something from him. I said, oh, wow. So if there's the case, he started to say things to me, schools that he went to and all of that. I said, okay, then that would be a good start for us. Because that's why we are here. Where others can reach, at least we should try to reach them. So we started the training and to admit Brother John came the first dose in our class. Because,
Can you imagine that?
Yes.
He's blind though, and
yes.
and you were sitting in class with people who can see.
Yes.
And he emerged as the best, student.
Yes, so true. So they actually used to provoke him when they would say things, and you were talk to him, and it's so interesting. But he really surprised us on a serious note. So that even encouraged us to say that even you blind, we can help to train you.
So because you got, you try to empathize and empathize with Brother John, did you take money from him to enroll him on the program, or you said, okay, Brother John, with all what you've said, there's no need for you to pay. I will we share up the responsibility.
Yes, that's what we did exactly.
That's what you did?
Yes.
Okay, that was good. That was good on your part. Let me hear from Brother John. Brother John is in our studio. Brother John, good morning.
Good morning, Sorbor George.
How you doing?
I give God a praise.
I know.
Yeah.
So, tell us, Brother John, how did you get motivated, to say, look, I don't think I need to join the bandwagon of some of my colleagues who, often are in the streets and begging and don't want to, capacitate themselves. How did that motivation, how did it grow?
I want the things go to God first. At the age of 7 years, and I thought of becoming an electrician. At that time, I have the sight. Yes, I have the sight to see. So
at the age of 10 years?
At the age of 7 years.
7 years, okay.
And I thought to be an electrician. Yes. Anytime I see the men from the LDC with their booze,
climbing the pole.
I said, but then I can still contribute to the society.
Surely.
At the age of 7. So my colleagues will be laughing at me. You won't be going doctor? I said, no, I won't go on the electrical field. Because God said, let there be light.
And there was light.
There was light.
I like that,
yes.
Brother John.
So, at the age of 12, now I got blind. At the age of 12, I lost my sight. So, my colleagues told me, my man, your dream of becoming electrician is over. So, I told them it's not over.
It's not over.
Because
until it is over.
Yes, I said it's not over. I know the light is in me, it's not yet over.
Surely.
So, I keep pushing. Every time I explain my dream, they will say, Mama, you can make it. Because I feel it's not easy feel. That feel is not easy feel. I say I can make it. In life, the last thing you shouldn't do, don't discourage yourself.
That's it.
Always encourage yourself. So I always motivate myself. I say I can make it. I can make it. At the age of 7, 12, I lost my sight. But yet and still I believe that will be a electrician until we enter 2020. That faithful morning, 2021, that faithful morning, I was monitoring 2 FM. And they were discussing about the satellite services provider. Then they asked the lady a question. If everybody they can enroll, they said no. We can deal with visually impaired person. So I said, all right. But then I will break that record.
Surely.
I will break that record. So I took my phone. After she read the number, I died quickly. I stole in my phone. Right after the show, I called. But not all I'm visually impaired.
Yeah, surely you did tell her.
Yeah.
I like that.
Because they said, don't let accept blind person. So I want that lead the ball of the course so soon. So we lecture for almost.
You said when I get there, then they'll see me.
Yeah. So we lecture for almost 25 minutes. She said, but she said you can make it. So I now told my disability when I get there. So I went there. The woman at the desk, she said, but brother, we can teach you. I said, why? He said, you don't have eyes to see. I said, no. Don't look at my physical appearance, but what in me, that what you should look at. And the human mind see more than the sight. The human mind see more than the eye. So by what you're sitting, you can picture in time with your mind. But you will not see in time with your eyes if you don't dare. So I told her, then I gave her another word again. I said, why you see a man can be roofing horse? And he made error knocking a finger with a hammer. And he have the eyes to see. You know what happened there? She said, no. I said, because he took her mind from that work. That's why you see him knocking his finger. So that just forget about the sight. The mind will do the work.
You were convincing her.
Yes. Because it's my dream. Because God said, let there be light. And I show. So I tried convincing her. She said, why? She put it so I put it so. She said, mommy, I don't give up. I said, no. Success without suffering is not a good success.
Good.
So, and by the special grace of God, they were able to accept me. And I got the information sheet. So they thought I was still joking. Through the orientation day, I got there. They said, but what kind of hire blind man? So,
and you were the only blind person there?
Yes, I was the only blind person. And I went through the orientation. So then the PRO came to me and said, my man, we are thinking, how will we train you? So, you know, I said, why would not worry Jesus? You shouldn't worry the disciple.
Amen.
Yes. So I tried convincing.
That's my inspiration to you.
Yes. I start convincing. Because what? I believe in myself. Other country, blind people can do. Then what about Liberia?
Surely.
If the opportunity given to us. So I kept convincing, and by the special grace of God, they were able to accept me. And chicken can say it's sweet when they eat the chicken. So when I got there, then they begin.
I like that.
Yes.
I like that.
Yes. Then they begin to get the grease of the chicken. Yes.
So when you got in the program the first day, you went for, is it orientation?
Yeah, the orientation.
When you went for the orientation, how did you feel?
I feel so fun. I feel so fun because my long-awaited dream is coming to fulfillment. So I feel so happy. At the age of 7, now I lost my sight at the age of 12. But people say my dream is already swept under the carpet, but I told them no. And seeing myself in the electrical class as a visually impaired person, my day was set that day.
Now, so when you enter class the first day, what did you do there?
The first day I enter class, you know, the sight is not there. But the hearing
is there.
Yes. So when my colleagues cousin know at the back, as the teacher lecturing, I focus because I know I left my house for. So my attention was there. Then my teacher told he was lecturing the class. He said, you do the one so, you do the one so, you do the one so.
And you couldn't see what they were doing?
Yeah, so I called your attention. I said, but Chief, you have a visually impaired student in the class. So if you're saying you do so, I don't know what you're doing. So you got to tell me. Any item you talk about, let me test the item, then I will know that I'm learning. But if you say you do the one so, you do the one so, how making the understand, so, all right, sorry. So now,
he apologized to you?
Yes, he apologized to me. So now when he's discussing the S1 switch, I already know what you call the S1. He will put the S1
you didn't see the switch. How did you know that was the switch he was talking about?
Yes, I know he discussed that S1. He will present it in my hand. Okay. Now I will touch it. Now we know the difference from the S1 and the S2. Yeah, I will know the difference. So that I try grabbing the concept. So one of my colleagues said, my man, you think you will make it? Then I gave him a parable. I said, the noise from the sea will never stop the fish from sleeping.
I like that.
Yes. He said, what do you mean? I said, no matter human being talking discourage me.
Yeah,
Because my mind is already made up. So nothing can discourage me. And by the special grace of God, we start going through it.
You want to see the man that is speaking? Just go to the social media. Our Facebook page is carrying this thing live, and you see the man that is speaking. So inspirational. Now, so when you receive the two items, he's trying to. When you receive, when you receive the two items, and you touch it. So what next did the instructor will tell you? What did he tell you after you touch the two items?
So I taught the S1 and the S2. So in touching the S1, then you got to do the connection. And the S1 get L1, then you have the L. And the L stands for the power. And the L1 stands for the neutral. What we call negative. It's the neutral. So he told me about the neutral and the power. The red stands for the power, what we call the positive. So in that
but
case,
you didn't see whether it was red or whether it was not red. How did you know that it was positive and negative?
James chapter 1 verse 4, God said, anyone that lack wisdom, you should ask him for wisdom, and he will give it to you. So I told the teacher, I'm a visually impaired. So what will you do for me? That tie all the red wire. Put a knot on it. But you see now, I operating, I think you saw the light on just now.
Yeah,
but we'll turn it on, just a prelude, yeah? So I know you put the knot on that red wire, you make my way easy for me.
So you put the knot there.
Yes. So now I test that identical knot, I will know that the red.
That's the positive.
Yes, it's the power, the main power. Okay. So I will know where it's all to go, where it's not so to go. So they make it more easier for me. And I then enjoying it there. I eating Rex and soup because I was enjoying it.
I know.
And the society I fall in, God that connect me to the rare evil. Yeah, so they treat me as the baby. So every time from class, then they get another class again to nurture me. I'm not doing this that to tell you stay alive, don't give up with life. Don't give up with life. No matter the condition, you can still make a contribution to society. So I throw my disability aside. I said, but I can make it. A white man came from Mexico, a blind man. He roofed the entire building of the Christian Association of the Blind, a blind man. I said, if that man can do it, he is not different from we that in Liberia. The same red blood he have, that the same red blood Liberian have. So everything can go in the field, how about us? I can go there and we can make the difference. And by the special grace of God, I enjoy the electrical field.
You are enjoying the electrical field.
Good. I enjoy the electrical field.
Okay, we'll come back to you, John, to tell us as to how did you emerge as the best student, because I know you might have done a lot of study, but we'll come back to you. Now, tell us, Madam Fambul, you've been a technical person. I did ask, how does one enroll on the program? I want you to drill us through. First, what's the first requirement? The second, and then how much is it, for one to benefit from the training that you are providing?
Okay, in order to be part of the program, like I said, you don't have to be a high school graduate. You can be in school and stay enrolled, because we do it in a way that even if you're working, you can still be part. That is, you come from work, and by 3 o'clock, you can go for class. And the next thing is you need to have the information sheet. It's sold for $250. After getting the information sheet, the total cost for the 3 courses is $125. $100 for the training, $25 for requirement and your tools you're going to work with. So, and that is paid by installment. The first payment is $75, and the remaining $50 you will pay in 2 installments. So we give you your tools, we give you your uniform, and every other thing we give it to you. But actually, on a serious note, the money is very small for the 3 courses offer, because even people.
You say how much the money?
Is $125.
Okay. And how does one pay?
So, the first payment is $75, $50 for the fees, $25 for the requirement, and the remaining $50 you pay in 2 installments.
Okay.
Yes.
You pay in 2 installments.
Yes.
Okay.
So we do it in a way that it is affordable to pay and it is easy going. But actually, we don't prioritize money. The reason we are charging fees is that because what we use is very costly, it's expensive. So
What do you use?
we use like the cameras, like the solar panel, satellite dishes, and all of that. These are all in USD. So in order to replace it, we need to get fundings to do that, because we don't have partners, we don't have donors, we do it all by ourselves.
Okay.
So we depend on ourselves to continue the training.
Now, take us into the classroom. The first day, your people, they gather in class. What do you teach them? What first you bring to the mind?
Okay, the first day, actually, I'm the one that can really be in class.
Okay.
The first thing to tell them is I welcome them and tell them that we are in a new world. That is, you don't depend on only like getting degrees, because there are people that have degrees and no job. Have the work for the degree, at least you can use your career knowledge to sustain you and your family. That's one aspect. And the next thing we talk about is integrity, because we are going in people's homes to work. When we talk about the 3 discipline, everything is about homework, right? Like cameras, it is in people's home or offices. The satellite dish, you install it, you have to go in people's homes, and you have to go in people's home to do decoder programming and all of that. And sometimes people leave their home with you, thinking that, you're someone of integrity to do their work, and everything will be okay. So if you lack integrity, and you're that kind of person, and somebody leave their home with you, at the end, why you don't carry that, why you will carry back?
Surely.
So we emphasize on that seriously, and we take it into consideration. Even on the training ground, what doesn't belong to you, you don't take it. So we can expect you no matter where you come from. If you are involved in doing that, we did it in the past and we are still doing that. So because of that, like I have experience, I went to work in a home to Israel community on around the Mount Barkley belt, or after Mount Barkley, yes. And the guy I went to work for, he had a 10-year-old child, a little girl in 7 years, and he left that home. He only called me and said, "Oh, you can come and do the work." But when I get there, nobody, only the 2 kids were home. And when I called him, I said, "But only the 2 children," he said, "Yeah, but you can go ahead and do the work." And I entered the house, the people left all their belongings and everything in the house. And those children, they were not even sitting in one place. They not inside, they not outside, and I was just focused on doing my own work. And because I did my work and successfully, when he came and saw the job well done, every time he will always call upon me. Even if he's not home, he will call upon me to go do the work.
Okay.
Because I didn't go there for any other thing. I went to do a piece of job, and I know I will be paid for that job. So once that's what I went for, I should focus on it and do it, and not thinking about other things. So these are some of the things we really emphasize on. Because if you add that habit into your career path, it will lead you to, curing your career.
Okay.
Because nobody will want to call you to their home to go and do work where you will go and steal from them. Right? So we emphasize on that too. And we also talk about the mind, right? Because in everything, don't just see somebody doing something and say, "Oh, I want to do it," and you have not planned to do it. You have to be focused. There are a lot of people that went to different vocational schools, they have the knowledge, and it's just down a dream.
Surely.
But going to a school to achieve, meaning that's something you plan to do, that's something you want to live with. Like for me right now, I started with solar. I end up doing solar installation all around. I realized that doing solar, I have to add, because I was limited. I will do the installation for the solar, but at the end, when it comes to electrification, I'm not part of it.
Okay.
So I noticed it. I said, but no, and for me, I don't like to be limited. Meaning, I have to go ahead and do electricity. So now I have gone ahead. I did electricity to the fullest. That which I can boast of. You give me your house, I can wire it and all of that.
Wow.
Besides that, solar have classes, right? You have beginner, you have intermediate, you have advanced. So right now, I already done with my advanced. I can do any kind of sizing, no matter how big is the building, and I can do it successfully.
Okay, now, so what is the duration of the program, of the training program?
So the duration is 8 weeks, 8 to 10 weeks.